Right, and let's ready up, everyone.
Let's go.
Good to see again a full grid here for Abu Dhabi. We were meant to have someone else commentating today, but they've not turned up, so you have to make do with me again with me broken wrist, but I'll manage. We'll see how it goes. I think I have to say this is the quickest ever grid we've had tonight. We've got Emerson reserving again, who won last week. Clarkey, who he was reserving for last week, is racing though tonight, and we have also got Dan Murphy making his debut with us in that Ferrari as well. He's reserving. Our new driver Walker's now got that Alfa Romeo seat permanently. Definitely our quickest ever grid in the history of weekend night racing. Got Jay Bradfield with us as well. He's letting that grid down with his pace. But he's a steady pair of hands, and he had a good race. He had a good race last week, and he did in Singapore. I think he got 7th in Singapore, wasn't it? Comfortably.
Yeah, I got 12th, didn't I?
So
it went great.
You got higher than 12th in Singapore. I mean, when you did Premier League a couple of weeks ago.
Mexico last week.
Oh, Mexico. Yeah, last week. Yeah, yeah, but that was tough for everyone. That was. So we have. I think it's dry conditions. Yep, definitely dry. Bit of an evening. It's an evening race. This one, isn't it, as well? So just checking the new robots posted the live stream for us. I think it should have done in the Discord as well. For some reason it hasn't.
I should imagine I'll be out in Q1, so
It does it quite late. I don't know why. I think we have got the what do you call it? Spectator glitch, so we're quite far ahead.
oh, mate.
Oh, there we go. The second I posted that we're live, the bot then comes up with it as well. Oh well. Quickly post that as well.
Right, let's go out.
Still no cars out on the track after a minute, is because, like we say, spectator glitch. It probably puts us about 40 odd seconds in front of them all. But Jay Bradfield's now saying he's going out, and I think it might be him and the Renault we saw go out in front. Yeah, Clarkey's saying my clock's 45 seconds slow. Just let us know. Yeah, we knew, mate. It's always about 40, 45, 50 seconds. Not sure why it does it. It's strange, really. But we got Nightwing, who's going to be first out on track. Bradford as well. I love the pit exit here. Absolutely love it. And look at the skyline tonight in Abu Dhabi. Doesn't it look beautiful, this track, in this weather? Anyway, quick dip in the comments. Got Tango saying evening. Nunda is watching us as well. He was one of our guys on standby, but everyone that was meant to turn up has turned up, which is great to see. We have got Clarky Boy. Yeah, we've been through that. Nunda saying wet race. Yeah, of course it's not. And Chaz is saying hello guys. Sorry about making you wait. That's fine. We went at 7:30 in the end, so he didn't make us wait for anything. We got Cummings saying hey. We got McKenty saying hello Jake, hope you're doing well bud. Yeah, hope you're doing well too mate. Tough race McKenty has in Abu Dhabi last night, but I think we nearly got to the end of the race with no DNFs. I think we did have a couple in the end. But yeah, I do apologise if I'm a bit slow on or miss a couple of things. I can hardly press a button with my right hand, so I'll get through it eventually. We were meant to have someone new commentating, like I said, but he's not turned up, so just stick with me instead. Anyway, Cowie as well, as he knows, as he's now coming out of the pits, he has got a Q3 ban for tonight as well, so he's third in the standings, very close to Siege now in second after last week. Siege with that DNF, Cowie with that Q3 ban. I don't think it'll bother him too much. Obviously last time he started, well, it weren't a ban he had in qualifying, but he started last, didn't he, in Austria, and he won the race. So I wouldn't put anything past Cowie. A lot of it is strategy, isn't it, around here in particular. Anyway then, on board with Nightwing at the moment, and he powers down that long straight in sector 2. I love this track personally. I absolutely love it.
That's it.
Always enjoy racing. Yeah, Justin saying he doesn't like it at all, but I love it. Second DRS zone here. There is only 2 DRS zones in Abu Dhabi. Actually, I'm not sure. Is there 3? Is there one on the straight? I haven't raced here for ages. If there is one on the straight, then it's 3, isn't it? Should know that really. Should have been revising, but like I say, I weren't meant to be commentating, so I've not done my revision on it. Tango says it's P1 at the moment. Sent Tango, I think, about 8 invites, so he doesn't lose out too much when he gets disconnected, because there's always at some point, which is such a shame because he'd have had so many more points if he didn't have those disconnection problems. Here goes Nightwing then through the last couple of corners. Last right hander then. Opens up the car really nicely, crosses the line. It's a 1:34.1. It's a quick time to start with Nightwing. In Mexico last week, I think he retired in the pits, but hopefully don't want to see that tonight. Needs to get out of the way of Chazza there as well. We saw a big crash lap 1 last night in the championship where Nightwing is now. It was between Jake, Marvsky and Andy Lou. None of them DNFs, but all 3 of them went sideways, spinning into the wall. As we've seen Bradford do 1:34.8. Tango's just improved to 1:34.3. Jay Story's a few seconds off the pace. Jay Story in danger of relegation at the moment as well, so he needs to pick up some points, but it's going to be harder than ever tonight with the field we have got. Incredible lineup, just looking down it again, absolutely incredible lineup we have. So reserving tonight we have, who's reserving? We've got Sloth reserving the McLaren for Sully, he's on the lap now. We've got Dan Murphy in a Ferrari reserving for Liam. We have got Emerson reserving the Mercedes for Jockey Hockey, and then Bradfield is reserving in the Renault for Irish. As Sloth goes P3 of 1:34.7. Too close to call tonight, absolutely. Wouldn't want to put money on this because there's a good 12 or 13 guys that can get pole position here. Crooksy's coming to the pits. The pit entrance is horrible here. I remember when I've only ever done 150% race in Abu Dhabi before, and in qualifying I crashed into the pit lane accidentally. Let's go on board the Williams. I might be able to show you. Oh, Chaz I'm not sure what's gone on here with Chaz and Bradfield. It's the other Williams actually. Where's the racing point? Can't see the racing point. Is it Sean? Oh, he's gone past it and missed the pit lane. Let's go on board with the Williams again then. Yeah, that pit entrance there. I've gone into that wall in the middle. Lost my wheel there. That was embarrassing. Anyway, 11.5 minutes left. I know it's slightly more than that, but only 5 drivers a set of time so far. So maybe pit are just waiting out, aren't they? As Linda saying, pit entrance is horrible.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, is it?
It's not. Vintage saying, even lads, hope everyone's well.
Bad enough.
Yeah, the pit exit's hard. Pit entry's even worse. On board with Chazza anyway. I'm not sure who's going to be next across the line. It's going to be a Haas driver. Is that Siege? Yeah, Siege quite a way back since just starting sector 3. He's only on an out lap though. And then got a McLaren, I think, which is an in lap. And we have a Mercedes. That's Emerson, hoping to carry on his good form from Mexico last week, where he won on his reserving debut. But then got a Ferrari as well, and that's Cowie, and he's invalidated. I think that's his 2nd lap as well. Then got a Williams further down, which is Clarkey, who's also invalidated. So some cars are having trouble here keeping their laps.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
We want to go on board with Sean then. Here we go then, just starting sector 3. He's already started it by a bit actually in the racing point. Sean, and we'll have a look through the standings at the end of Q3. Sean goes into the final right hander then, opens up the car, crosses the lines at 1:34.8, so he's slightly slower than Bradfield at the moment. P5 for Sean, and Chaz has just gone up to P3 behind him. I think that's on his 2nd lap as well, so he's definitely got more time to find. And I think a Serious Mushroom is about to finish his lap as well. Mr. Consistent, Serious Mushroom, and he's Mr. Quick as well, 1:34.6. Good lap from Serious Mushroom. As we see Nightwing come into the pits, I think it was. No, it's Tango. It's Tango going even quicker to P1. There we go then. We've then got, I think it's a Renault Coming up next, that's Crooksy on his out lap, and we've then got Siege on a lap. He rarely invalidates. He's not invalidated. We can trust him. Here goes Siege, and that's a really late braking zone. If you brake late there, you're going to go off. Nice and tidy from Siege. Through sector 3, nearly went 4 wheels off there. It's kept us together in that Haas. Second in the stands at the moment. Denzo is leading. He's not come out of the pits yet. Here goes Siege, and as he comes across the line, what time can he do? It's P2 for Siege. It's a 1:34.1 exactly. McLaren's coming next across the line. That's Tango. I think he's going again, isn't he? No, he's not. It's Sloth actually coming to the pits. We've then got Mercedes. That's Emerson. He's only up to P9. He's definitely quicker than that. And we're about to see a Ferrari, and that's Cowie going up to P4 then, who's got that Q3 ban anyway. Sean is going to be next across the line. I'm not sure if he's going to have another bite at the cherry, because he does need to improve that time, I think. And he is going across the line. He's going to set this lap, see if he can improve. And he does improve by about 4 attempts, and that can be vital. He's up to P5. Better lap there from Sean. Alfa Romeo's next. That's Walker, I think, to start his lap. And it is. Other Alfa Romeo's on an in lap behind. And there we go. We see him come into this pit lane. Look, you see how close you go. So if you're a tad late on the brake in there, you lose your wheel. I think we saw Marv last night in the championship. Because I'm so close to all, he had to swing out and then do another lap round. As we're about to see a Williams. I think that might be Clarkey. Nope, it's not Clarkey, it's Chazza. Is he going again? No, he's coming in the pit lane. We've got both Red Bulls then on out laps. Then we're the next cars across the line to start a lap. We'll then have Crooksy behind. Crooksy, who had some fantastic pace, didn't he, last week? I think qualified in P2. Or might P2 or P3, I'm not sure. He was one, Sully was the other, and Crooksy goes P1 here again. It's looking fantastic. And he did get a good P4 race result as well for Crooksy. Good to see someone different up there last week, wasn't it? And then next across the line, I think we're going to have Siege coming in the pits. There we go. Makes that look easy. Clarkey is going to start a lap up next then. Denzo is on an out lap now. Still got Farf and Dan Murphy in the pits. Siege has retired the car in the pits. He knows he's done enough to get through. Denzo then, our championship leader, coming across the line to start his lap. And then got a Mercedes. I think that's Rick Dalton on an out lap. No, it's not. I think that's Emerson actually. And he's coming in the pits. Rick Dalton's up next. We've also got a Ferrari. That's going to be Cowie. I think he's doing a race practice, isn't he? Might as well. He's doing a practice race on those soft tyres, isn't he? It's something I saw mentioned in one of our team chats. Walker then, as invalidated, he's saved up and he is going again. He's got a racing point coming to the pits behind him. As soon as you know it, even though it's a long lap, we've got both Red Bulls coming up again. Knowlesy's invalidated, the one further back though, so Knowlesy's invalidated. And then Woods then is about to come in onto the straight, and it's not looking too quick this from Woods. He is only ahead of Jay Story by 4 attempts, so those two find a bit of trouble at the moment. Woods has been spinning a lot lately with no traction on, so he needs to find some pace then if he's to get through here. I think that's Crooksy now coming into the pits as well. It's non-stop here, isn't it? Next up's Clarkey. We missed him last week, didn't we? Couldn't race last week, but he has got some fantastic pace as well. Definitely one in contention for pole position. Let's see what sort of time he does. And Walker's left a session. He should have spare invites. Here he goes, and Clarkey onto the straight. Can he get close to P1? Oh, Clarkey, what a lap that is. 8 attempts clear of Crooks. It's a 1:33.2. Denzo and Emerson have definitely got a game on their hands here. If when they set their quicker laps, and we've just seen, I'm not sure who that was. Denzo, it was Denzo, he's up to P2, there we go then. 5 tenths off Clarkey, there we go. So Clarkey setting the early pace, isn't he? Fantastic lap, I have to say, from him there. Crooksy has retired the car in the pits, back to see Mercedes cross the line, and that's going to be Rick Dalton, who's up to P4. Very close between Crooksy, Rick and Tango then. The Red Bulls are back up next again. Woods is the first of them. I'm not sure if he's going for another hot lap. He's going pretty quickly through there. Just cautious if he is going for it. No, I don't think this is a proper lap. Absolutely not. Knowlesy then, he's kept it invalidated. Walker has joined back then. I think everyone got 3 invites apart from Tango. He got about 8. That's because he constantly gets kicked from the session. Let's see what sort of time Knowles can do. As Tango's retired in the pits as well, he thinks he's safe. Let's see what Knowlesy can do then. It's P3 for Knowlesy. Wow. He's going to be up there as well. Do not rule him out. He's got some fantastic pace here too. He hasn't been as quick the last couple of weeks, Knowlesy, but it'd be great to see him back up there again in that Red Bull. We're then about to see Serious Mushroom. He's on an out lap. He's going for another lap. McLaren and Sloths on a slower lap as well. Emerson's behind him on an out lap. Then got Alpha Tauri of Farf behind on an out lap as well. Dan Murphy did say he might start from the back, so I'm not sure if he's busy or doing something else, but he did say that earlier. Be good to see him get out low and see what sort of pace he can do. He can see how close he can get to the top guys as well. Tango saying because I'm special is why I get so many invites. It's because your internet's not very good. Vintage saying all drivers could be within a second here. Great time straight after about. These times are unbelievable, aren't they? As Bradfield goes up to P8 there. It's a fantastic nap from Bradfield as well. He's not a big fan of this track, but he's less than a second off P1 there. Great nap. Wouldn't expect Bradfield to get out of Q1 here, and it's no disrespect to him, it's just a look at the drivers around him. But he's very close to Siege's time. Great lap there. Is that Woods next up as well? Woods, he's slightly up, but it's definitely not going to be enough. He's P16 at the moment and heading out. He needs to find more than, well, he needs to find more than a second really. He's not going to get that, so I'm not sure why he's finishing this lap. He does improve by 7 tenths in the end, but it's still not going to be enough, and he's not going to have time to come back in the pit, so he's got to save up his ERS on this lap if he wants any chance of getting out. Although Woods probably would be one, going by recent form, that you'd expect to be towards the bottom. Jay Story's coming out again as well. Again, he's usually been out in Q1 lately. Be good to see something change there for him. Could do with a bit of luck, as we've just seen. I'm quite sure what we've seen. So Serious Mushroom's just improved up to P8. So Cowie in P11, still doing his race run, isn't he, on those tyres? I think he's now going for another hot lap. Won't be his usual pace though, because I think it's his 5th lap on these tyres. We've got Mercedes crossing the lines. Emerson, he's only up to P11. And we've just seen Farf got to P3. Fantastic lap there from Farf. The pace here is absolutely incredible, isn't it? I think Walker's on an out lap. So yeah, Walker's now going to start his time. At the moment, Walker and Dan Murphy in a drop zone. I think Dan Murphy is staying in the pits, so Dan Murphy's going to start last. Walker should set a time. Jay Story, Woods and Sloth will be the guys going out at the moment. Woods has invalidated then, so he's got a red flashing fuel gauge. He's not saving up his DRS, so I think Woods could be out here. Sloth is now coming out of the pits. Of course, we have this spectator glitch, I keep forgetting, so I was about to say Sloth's cutting it fine here, but he has got more than 45 seconds of what the time I've got on the clock.
I ain't got no time. I haven't got no time to go out again, have I?
If you get out now, you would, but I don't know what it says on your clock. What does it say on your clock now?
1:53.
There we go. So it's 1:53. It's 38 seconds is the gap between us and them. Cowie's actually a 10th down, so Cowie could be out in Q1 if a couple of drivers improve, and he's invalidated his time as well. Cowie, he's not made it into the pits, so he's going for another lap. Again, it might just be race practice for him. He can't start any higher than 10th anyway, so I think Cowie would rather start 11th, 12th, 13th on fresh hards or mediums than 10th on softs or mediums, and he is spinning there, so there we go. Cowie's not going to improve anymore. Sean, Chaz and Sloth all on out laps then. Woods is in the pits, so Woods is out, Dan Murphy is out, those two are confirmed. Jay Story's up, he's up on his time, but he needs to find 2 seconds to get out of Q1 here. Walker then, he's about to come across the line. Walker is only P12, so he could be in danger there, Walker. Sean's in 15th and he's 4 temps up. He can't be 4 temps up, he's only on turn 1. It's Code Masters for you, isn't it? So Sean's 1 in a danger zone at the moment. Cowie definitely won't be improving. Clark in P1's retired, he's safety through. Yeah, top 8, safety through.
What a lap by Clarky, it's brilliant.
It's incredible, yeah, 5 temps quicker than Idenzo. Let's check further down. Emerson's retired in the pits then as well, and Chazza has invalidated, so Chazza is going to be out in Q1. So Chazza is out. Woods has gone an out lap again, but I'm not sure why. He's not going to make it in time. What's it saying on your clock now?
10 seconds.
Here we go. So Dan Murphy's out, Jay Story's out, Woods is out, Chazza is out as well. So the only change we can have at the moment is if Sloth, who's now going through sector 2 on a straight, he's still the only one who can improve, and it's Sean in the danger seat. But Cowie's in 14th and Sean is on a quicker lap, so Cowie could be in danger here. Emerson in 13th and anyone above are safe.
I wasn't expecting to get through it. You are now.
Well, your lap must have been incredible there, because you're well in with the top times in between Mushroom and Nightwing. Here we go then. Sean anyway, he's coming through the final couple of corners through the right-hander. He comes across the line, Sean, and he does improve up to P6. Fantastic time there. Cowie's down in 15th. Sloth then. Sloth is about a 10th up as he starts sector 3. That's what this is telling us anyway. Whether it's right or not is another thing. He needs to find 4 tenths to knock Cowie out in Q1 then. That would be a huge surprise. We know Cowie hasn't exactly gone the usual routine in Q1 because he has got this quali ban. I think he's done some race practice and it wouldn't affect him too much if he went out. But can Sloth to reserve knock Cowie out in Q1? Sloth comes across the line and no, he cannot. It's 0.022. He misses out by. So there we go. Cowie survives by the skin of his teeth and Sloth unfortunately is knocked out then. So Dan Murphy's going to start from the back like he said he would. Oh, don't have to wait 2 minutes. Brilliant. Look at those times, absolutely incredible times there from these guys. We've got Siege down in 10th as well. Emerson 14th, Cowie 15th. We've got more to come from them. So Dan Murphy's out in last. Jay Story's quite a way off in the end, wasn't he? Down in P19. Woods was quite a way off too. Chazza a couple of attempts down on Sloth, but he did invalidate his final lap. I don't think he had the best preparation for this race, as well as he only managed to join at the last minute, whereas other guys I knew were on time trial for quite a while before. And Iron Sloth, reserving today for McLaren, just knocked out off Q1. Pressure's off there now, but look at that, a second between 1st and 14th, and those times are incredible. Quick look into the comments then. We've got Clarkey saying that was on scrub tyres because he invalidated his first lap. So yeah, Clarkey's got even more pace than that, he thinks. Tango saying, Clarkey, we get it, you're fast. He's very fast. Serious Mushroom saying Emerson 13th was his sleep, and Emerson's responding with that was close. And it was close. At one stage it looked like Emerson could be going out, and one stage I thought Cowie was going to go out as well, but he managed to survive. Wouldn't be surprised if Cowie went out in Q2 though, because like I said, he's got that Q3 ban, and I'm sure he'd much rather start 11th or 12th on fresh mediums or hards than start 10th on old tyres. Serious Mushroom's retired, and he did send a message earlier saying he might have to leave for Q2. I can't remember what for. Let's have a look. Not sure I'll get to do quali 2 if I get through, as X is late picking their kids up, but he's still racing, of course, so that's brilliant. So yeah, Serious Mushroom then, so unfortunately he's unable to take part now as he is busy, but he's back ready for the race with us. That opens up an opportunity for someone else to get through, doesn't it? I just look at these drivers and I think, who on earth out of these is going to... 5 of these have got to go out in Q2. It's crazy. Obviously it will be down to strategy, but I do think a lot are going to be forced onto the softs here if they want to get through, and that could cause a chain reaction of more guys starting on the softs and then committing to a 2-stop. Anyway, so many drivers have changed to the mediums, haven't they? I think that is going to be the optimum strategy. I think we've got both racing points out, haven't we? Both racing points driving out then in sector 2. It's going to be back in 15 minutes, Serious Mushroom, so there we go. Be back well in time for the race. And then Racing Point, of course, at the moment, they had a good day today, didn't they? Istanbul. Pretty and pink, and they're looking really good for this league as well, aren't they? Anyway, whilst these are starting their laps, we'll keep you on board with Idenzo. We're going to have a quick look through the Premier League standings. Let's have a look. And so Idenzo is on 279, Siege on 247, so there's 32 points between them. Cowie a further 12 back. It's then a 98 point gap to Serious Mushroom. Jockey Hockey in 5th, who can't race yet again. That's a shame, but obviously we have spoke to him about that. Absolutely fine for him to continue. He's a very consistent driver. We're just going to get reserve him when he can't race. Clarkey 6th, Knowlesy 7th, Rick 8th, Sean 9th, Crooksy 10th. At the moment, and the bottom three are Irish is last on 0 points, although I think we have agreed with Irish that he's going to drop down to the championship for next year as the time is better for him. We've got Sully in 19th on 3 points and not racing again tonight, which is a shame, so he's going to be in a bit of trouble, is Sully. Jay Story in 18th then on 5 points. And we've got Farth with 6 points, but he has only raced in 2 races, and with his pace he's got here today, I'm sure he's going to pick up some more points. Chaz has got 9 and Woods has got 10. So Chaz and Woods are the two that do need to pick up some points just to make sure, because they are in the danger zone really if some of the guys in the bottom 3 do start to pick up some points. And obviously Walker, of course, he is on no points, but he is not going to be in consideration for relegation because he has only just joined as a full-time driver, so it wouldn't be fair to relegate him over 6 races. So he's not going to, he will be in the standings, but he's not going to be at threat of getting relegated. He will be in the Premier League next year no matter what. Walker, of course, taking an Alfa Romeo seat after Captain Finley dropped down to League 1. And there we go, bluffed our way through a lap as Idenzo now crosses the lines at 1:34.0, and that's a great time for the medium as well. Sean is 8 tenths slower further back. We then got Williams coming across the line as Clarkey just to start his lap. Next up's going to be Renault, and that is not Crooksy. It is Bradfield as he comes across the line. He's also on mediums, and it's 1:35.4. Then next up's a Ferrari on an out lap. That's Cowie starting his lap. Only Ferrari in the session after Dan Murphy didn't take part in the first one. And then got Nightwing on an out lap about to start his lap. Then we have the next Renaults a bit further back, so we can catch our breath for a minute and have a look in the constructors. We have Racing Point with 318, Ferrari 284, Haas 253, so there's about 65 points between the top 3 as Crooksy invalidates. Not good there from Crooksy. Tango's next, and Tango's already invalidated this time. Next up is going to be Rick Dalton, who hasn't invalidated. There we go, we've got someone we can actually watch cross the line, and he's set a 1:34.9, so he's about 9 tenths off the pace for his brother at the moment, Idenzo. Next up's going to be the Haas of Siege, and he's on softs. He's the only driver that's gone on softs, and he's backed out, so I think he's changing his mind and coming in the pits. Yes, he is. Back to the standings then, we've then got, I think it's about 90 odd points between Haas in 3rd and Mercedes in 4th. And then it's only 50 points separating Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, Williams, Red Bull, and McLaren a bit further back. Alpha Tauri 19 off McLaren, and then 13 further back at Renault. So there's only about 100 points between 4th and 10th in the standings. So that is all to play for, especially with Renault on a bit of a resurgence at the moment with Crooksy, and then Bradfield there today as well for him. Might be able to pick some points up. Clarkey has gone fast, there's a 1:33.8, so he's 2 tenths quicker than Idenzo on the medium tyres. Next up's going to be Ferrari, it's going to be Cowie. What can he do? He's up to P3 then, so I don't think he's going to try and get much quicker than that. And then got Nightwing about across the line. I'm not sure what he came over to the pit wall for, but it's a 1:34.2 for Nightwing. Next up's going to be the Mercedes of Emerson, who's starting his lap, and then we've got Sean's going on another lap on those medium tyres. He thinks he can improve, and yeah, I reckon he can improve on that time as well. Walker's on an out lap, but then got the McLaren of Tango invalidated his first lap. He's not invalidated this one, so he is going to come across the line. What can Tango do? He's not left a session yet, and he's up to P3 of a 1:34.1. Next up is Rick Dalton then, who is on an in lap, and then we've got Knowlesy on an out lap, and then the next car to start, well, we've got Clarkey on the lap, we've then got Cowie, we've then got a Renault, we've then got a Mercedes. Emerson's already invalidated in Sector 2. He's been passed by Nightwing, who's not on the lap. Sean is, I don't think we've got anyone who's on a lap, have we? Walker, there we go. Walker's now starting the straight in Sector 2. We'll go on board with Walker's lap. A quick look through the comments again. Oh, we're not got any comments. Oh, fine. Well, we only went through them a couple of minutes ago, didn't we? So, a bit of a break in play then. Cars deciding whether they're going to go for the softs or not. Siege thought about it, didn't he? He came out on them, then he came back in. Says it's purple for Walker. Not too sure whether we believe it. Oh, we nearly went 4 wheels off there. I'm surprised. Didn't give him an invalidation. Walker's teammate Sirius Mushroom, of course, is not in this session. See what sort of time Walker can do. Crosses the line, it's a 1:34.2. Look at the gap, they've got 4 tenths between first and sixth. So on the medium tyres, the pace gap is a lot slimmer, isn't it? I wonder what Clarkie's excuse is for only being 2.5 tenths quicker than Idenzo. Cowie, he's on his second lap now on those tyres. Have we got anyone on lap? Knowlesy, he's gone up to P7, and so all the top 10 have gone on mediums. Siege is now on mediums as well. He's going through sector 1. Fast on now lap. Emerson's in the pits. He's not set it up yet, and Crooks, he's not set it up too, but he is on one in sector 2. So we're going to stay on board with Crooksy. Forget that my wrist's gone sometimes. That's the little section I really love, all those little turns just before we go into sector 3. Not a good place to go side by side, but it's brilliant to race. Oh, Crooksy's lost the rear end a little bit there. He's really pushing it to the limits here, isn't he? He's almost 4 wheels off at every opportunity. Very close to the wall there as well. He's going to swoop back right to clip the apex, clips the left side apex, but very tidy since that little spin for him, and he crosses the line. It's P5 for Crooksy, which pushes Bradfield down into the drop zone. I think he's going to have to put on softs if he wants any chance of getting through to Q3. Siege then next up to finish his lap. We've actually got a racing point coming into the pits. Not sure if Walker's gone for a back-to-back laps, but he's behind Siege. Anyway, Siege is the one we're watching, and he's about to finish his lap. What can Siege do? He crosses the line, and it's 10th for Siege. So he's a second off. One fitted at the moment, need to look on best. So there we go. Everyone's set their time on the medium so far. Farf's coming through sector 3 as well. He looked really quick in Q1, so let's see what he can do. Not using the full amount of the curb there, but he's clipped the last one nicely. It's looking good. Far crosses the line. It's only P8 though. I thought it was going to look better than that, but it's P8 for Far. Still a fantastic lap, and again just shows how competitive this field is. So Bradford's down in 13th. Emerson is on his out lap then. Cutting the corners to get there, which is fine. Let's see what Emerson can do then. Don't think anyone else is actually on a lap, are they? But we might see a chain reaction. If one goes on the softs, then the next guy in danger might put softs on, and it just goes on and on and on. Not seeing any signs of that yet though. So both Mercedes in the drop zone at the moment. Didn't have a good quali today, Mercedes, did they? In Turkey. And at the moment, as it stands, they're not looking too good here. Rick's lap on the mediums was slower than I'd expect. And Siege, yeah, Siege is currently in a drop zone as well. Emerson, of course, yet to set a lap, so I'm not sure what his true pace is going to be like, how close it's going to be to Clarkey. I did say last week it was a big shame that Emerson was reserving for Clarkey instead of racing with Clarkey, but we finally get to see the two together today. Theo's in the comments. Good to see you, Theo. Again, it appears purple through sector 2. Not too sure he'll take any notice of that.
Shit.
As Bradfield says his first swear word. I'm not sure what he's done there. He's obviously lost it. Coming out the final cut. Oh, he missed the pit lane. There we go then. First driver guilty of doing that then. He said it happened to someone. Yeah, it is. You really have to slow down coming in there. Let's see what Emerson can do then. He's coming through the final corner. He's not invalid. He's definitely going to get a lap on the board. The time's looking quick. It is really quick from Emerson. He's P1 for Emerson. He's 400ths quicker than Clarkey. Fantastic lap there from Emerson. He's the only car on the track, isn't he? In limbo here, really, aren't we? Because all the cars are just not knowing what to do. Do they go for another lap on the mediums, or do they wait for someone to go out on the softs? They're waiting for one to react. Please get out on the track soon, because we want something to watch. At the moment, we've not got a single car out on track apart from Emerson, who's on an in-lap. Who is going to blink first? And we have got Siege We're now on fitted, so there we go. Tango's retired in the pits and he doesn't want to start on the softs at all. Siege has gone out on the mediums again, so he thinks he can find more time. I think he's got more time as well, because Emerson set his time on the mediums. It's over a second quicker. You know, Emerson's was quicker than Siege last week. I'm sure Siege can improve as Cowie's retired in the pits as well. Yeah, Cowie I think would rather go out here in 11th or 12th, as we mentioned already. We have now got a couple of cars going out. I think both the Renaults have gone out. I think they're overtaking each other. Bradfield is on softs. Crooksy's also on softs as well. We then got the Red Bull of Knowles. He's gone out on the mediums. And we saw he had a lot of pace in Q1, so he thinks he's got more time there as well. Walker's retired in the pits as well. Oh, he's retired. I'm not sure what he's done here. Retired coming out of the pits. Quite sure what that's about. Idenzo's retired too. So there we go. A lot of them taking the risk, aren't they, staying in the pits? And they'd rather go out on the medium. Some of these guys. Cabby is in the comments saying no point in me starting on used softs in P10. Exactly. When you're going to be starting 10th anyway, you'd rather. Sorry, just completely dropped my mic on the floor. Yeah, as I was saying, McCabe, you'd rather start 10th, rather start 11th or 12th on fresh tyres than 10th. So there we go. We've got quite a few out. Nightwing staying in the pits, and Nightwing's done. All the top 8 are done, apart from Crooksy, who is on an outlap on the soft tyres. So there's a chance for all these guys down the back here if they can improve. Walker is in danger there, definitely in that P7. Nightwing in P8 as well, definitely in danger too. Who is going to be first to set their time? And we've got a racing point first. There's Sean. He's still on his outlap. He needs to get there quickly. We've got Farf on an outlap too. I'm not sure he's going to make it, is he? He's not going to make it, no. Farf comes back in the pits. He's too late, unfortunately, there for Farf. Not quite sure what he's doing there. There we go. He stayed out on track, but it's only P9 for it. You can't be swearing like that. Siege in P12. He has got 3.5 temps up as he comes out of sector 2 from what we can see. Down in P12, he needs to improve. It's unlike Siege going in Q2, but he does need at least 4 temps to at least get in a position. He crashed. Siege has crashed. Siege is out. He's hit it too much there, isn't he? He got too much on top of the curb, lost the rear end. Siege is out then. So's Rick Dalton. He's out in 13th. Bradfield's out in 14th. There's only Sean that can improve now. So Knowlesy also on a good lap. So Farf is in danger. Nightwing and above are through. Next across the line is going to be Knowlesy. So it's between Knowlesy, Sean and Farf. But who's going to go out here? Oh, Knowlesy's lucky not to invalidate there. He went quite wide. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he's invalidated. Knowlesy's invalidated from P10, and so it's between Sean and Knowlesy. Sean on the soft tyres. If Sean will go on the best, so yes, all the top 10. Everyone has set their time on their best time on the mediums. No on the softs in the end. Sean can change that. Does Sean go for it? Would he rather start 11th? No, he's going for it. Sean, I'm pretty sure he's going to improve and be through here. Sean's going to knock out Knowlesy. It's P3 for Sean, the softs, and there we go. Knowlesy is out. He's been knocked out by 13 hundredths from Farf. Whole of the top 10 are starting on mediums, apart from Sean, who went to the softs in the end. But Knowlesy misses out. Siege down in 12th. We'll be disappointed with that. Rick Dalton in 13th, and then Bradfield is about half a second further back in 14th. Serious Mushroom 15th, as he couldn't make the session. I would say no huge shocks or big shock that Siege is out because he's second in the standings, but then you look at the drivers in the top 10 and you think it'd be a shock if one of them went out. But we've just got that many competitive and quick drivers now that some of them are going to have to go out in Q2, aren't they? But Cowie, yeah, Cowie has gone through. I don't think he wanted to go through, but nobody went for the softs in the end. So Cowie's going to have to retire the car and start in P10, as he has got that Q3 ban for impeding, I think it was Farf last week in Mexico in qualifying. And again, look at the gaps between first and ninth. It's less than half a second between first and ninth. We normally at this stage have a little talk in the chat about who's favourite for pole position, but who on earth could you predict here for pole position? You'd be really foolish to put all your money on one person, wouldn't you? Obviously Emerson and Clarkey looking good at the top. Clarkey was really strong in Q1 as well. If I had to say one, I'd say Clarkey, but I think he's got a little bit more in reserve, but at the same time I think Emerson might have some more in reserve as well. Walker's got some fantastic pace. We saw Farf in Q1, didn't we? Nightwing always comes up with the goods. Crooksy lately as well. Cowie obviously retired there. Tango as well. Hopefully he doesn't lag out and he might get a decent time. And Sean that got through on the softs as well. He had some great pace in Q1 as well, didn't he? He was quite high up, so it's anyone's game here who's going to go out first. I really love this game to do an update where if you're in a session you don't have to change your spectator menu at the beginning of every quali session. First out on the track then it's going to be, I think it's Idenzo, and it is, usually is Idenzo first out, isn't it? I don't think I'll be in the mix saying Cowie. Well, starting down in P10, you know, anything can happen. All it takes is a bit of a smack up front or a safety car at a certain time. That's what I say. If you doubt yourself, what I'd do is I'd try something a little bit different, because it's pointless everyone doing the same strategy, because you're just gonna be in a DRS train, because the guys are that quick, very similar paces as well. So try something different. Go an extra couple of laps on one set and then fresher towards the end, or I don't know, try an undercut and then put up with more tyre wear at the end. The strategy is going to have a lot to do with it as well. Denzo Len's going to be first out, isn't he? Obviously this is what I love. Q3 on a Saturday. You see them absolutely go to the limit. Emerson and Clarkey for the front row saying Chazza. And that is not a bad prediction. Don't think anyone would wholly disagree with that, but at the same time there's a good chance that could be the fifth row, because these guys are that quick. Anyway, Idenzo's about to start his lap, then we're going to go on board with him. Takes a wider line to gain more pace as he goes down the straight to start his lap. Everyone is out on the track apart from both AlphaTauri guys, Nightwing and Farf, and obviously Cowie in the pits as well as he retired. Haven't seen anyone lost it through here yet, have we?
Not yet.
Idenzo then breaks down to 16.7 for sector 1. Oh, he's lucky not to invalidate there. He nearly went 4 wheels off, pushing it to limits. Yes, I like that really wide line there and swoop back in. Open the car out. Doesn't lose it at all, does he? DRS open straight away. We've got a yellow flag for Renault, and Crooksy has lost it through the bit. We just said that no one's lost it there yet. I'm not sure if he's got wing damage or if he managed to hold it. He's not got wing damage, but obviously those tyres would be damaged. So Crooksy, one of the quickest drivers in quali in the recent weeks, has obviously pushed it too far. And just as me and Bradfield say, no one's lost it there yet. Crooksy loses it there. Idenzo are back on board with him, and 56.4. Oh, he really is pushing it to the limits. He's on the verge of invalidating it there, isn't he? He knows what he's doing though, and hence why he's got a bit of a commanding lead now at the top of the Premier League. Oh, he's on quads, a little bit wide there, isn't he? Got a little bit out of shape coming into there. He might have lost a tenth or two from doing that. He keeps it where C's lost it. I think he's made up for it at these last couple of corners. Absolutely fantastic there. And Idenzo, it's a 133.2, not quite in a 132, so it looked like it for a minute, didn't it? Emerson's going to be next to set a lap. We see Crooksy has invalidated. Emerson keeps it together. Then what sort of time can Emerson do? Can he get it in a 132? No, he can't. He's 4/10 slower than Idenzo. He's obviously made a mistake somewhere. Clarkey's up next. It's a 133.2. He's 1/1400 slower than Idenzo. So our top three runners are the first set lap. Walker's next. Walker goes ahead of it. Walker's within a tenth of P1. He's 4/10 quick. They're all 4/10 quicker than Emerson. So Emerson might have made a mistake somewhere. You'd think so. Tango's up next then. Walker Really didn't expect them to be that high up. Fantastic effort there from Walker, and Tango's next at 133.1. 133.1. Tango takes P1 then as Crooksy comes in the pits. We also both AlphaTauri still in the pits, and Sean is back in the pits as well. I think. Wow. I didn't notice that.
132 here, Jake.
Oh, I don't know. If someone could do 132 today, that'd be incredible. But yeah, Emerson, I'm not sure if you can let us know in the comments, but he must have made a slid somewhere, or lost a rear end, or I don't know, bumped over a curve a bit too much. But I'm sure he's got more time than that, Emerson. Not sure why the AlphaTauri guys are still in the pits. Might just be going for one run at the end. Crooksy, we obviously saw he lost it down in sector 1, and Sean, I think he was out on the track, but he must have invalidated, and that's why he's come back in. But Tango then, after the first run, is in P1, and if those people, Chaz was saying Clarkey and Emerson for the front row, well, after just 5 drivers have set times, none of them are on the front row. You don't know what's going to happen, do you? It's all about who can get the perfect lap together. I think Tango did that there, didn't he? Anyway, we'll have a look in the comments again. We've got Captain Infinity saying, good luck guys, especially Walker and Serious Mushroom. Of course, Captain Infinity used to drive for Alfa Romeo in this league. And we've got Serious Mushroom saying thanks, he had to miss quality 2. Nightwing saying, setting a banker. Take it he's talking about Emerson. As we see, everyone is now in the pits. Makes great watching this, doesn't it? When everyone's sat in the pits at the same time. Let's find something to talk about then. So last night we had a championship race, and that was Abu Dhabi. Like I say, we saw 18 drivers finish the race. We saw Farf, who actually is Premier League driver. He was reserving last night after Nightwing chose him, and he won the race just by 1.4 seconds from FIFA Beefy. FIFA Beefy is looking strong for a Premier League race next year, isn't he? He's looking to get promoted. As it stands, it's going to be Beefy, Nunda and Marvsky that get promoted, because they are 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Argentina cannot get promoted as he can't race Saturday, so he's staying with the championship guys, although he didn't finish yesterday, so the guys would have closed the gap anyway for the title. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Beefy wants that Premier League seat next year, and he's going to go for it. We had Cal Cohen in 3rd, a new reserve. We got with us Jake the Slayer finished 4th, who's still in the fight for promotion to the Premier League. McKent in 5th, same goes for him. DJ Julie in 6th, still fighting for the Premier League. And he started last after not getting into the session right at the beginning, after a bit of a mix-up, but he up to 6th, and he got driver of the day. Everyone voting unanimously for him to get driver of the day. Shadow 7th, Cryptic 8th, didn't we? Go on, Justin.
See Jake the Slayer and Walker have a little battle.
Yeah, that was. Don't think that would end up well. Really don't think that would end up well. Imagine if they were drawn as teammates. Anyway, talking of draw, obviously once we have worked out who gets promoted and that, we will have a draw done online. We'll film that. I'm not sure how we can get that done, even if it means me sitting there with my phone and recording what I do on a laptop or something like that. We will get it done so people can see the draw for next year. Will be completely random for all 3 leagues, and the calendar's already been done as well. Calendar has already been done by request from other drivers. We have done it, we've mixed it up. I picked it along with a couple other people, not randomly, but it's still mixed up. It's still not going to be in order, because some drivers say it gets boring if they're doing 3 or 4 league races in a week doing the exact same track. But at the same time, some other guys are saying that that's easier for practice, so they get a bit of a rhythm going. So what we've done is we've done it so if you've got like Australia as the first race in your other leagues, along with that time Australia will be around a couple of weeks on the normal calendar. So say you're in another couple of leagues that run the proper calendar, every race that we do will be within 2 weeks of that, but at the same time it'll be different. I'll explain it better in the comments. You probably ain't got a clue what I'm talking about. I'm mixing up my words there, but we'll get on to that when we start season 2 anyway, which will be at the beginning of January. whereas this year it was completely mixed up. And League One as well, obviously that's running a different calendar this year, just because the drivers got to choose as it started halfway through the season. They will run the same calendar as the Premier League and the Championship too. So all 3 races over our weekend will be the same track. Quick look into the comments again then. We've got wasn't expecting that saying Tango, Serious Mushroom saying GG, Powell Project, I think it's Harrison saying the pace is unbelievable, and yes it is absolutely incredible pace in this league. Emerson lost 0.4 to Tango in sector 3, so Cowie's obviously looking through the stats, isn't it? Oh, Clarky's got to be careful coming out of the pits there, and he is. Hopefully it didn't put Nightwing off. Chaz is saying I've just dropped the pace in pace recently, hasn't made out Q1 the last 4 races. No, of course, there's just so many quick drivers though, isn't there? Always going to have a bad run at some point. Obviously Idenzo towards the beginning of the season was nowhere near sieging Cowie at the top, but look how he's picked it up. Things come in spells, don't they? And Power Project saying use some recording software on your computer. We'll have a look at that, mate. Yeah, maybe he can help me out with it as well, but we'll find a way of doing it. Captain Infinity saying do Monaco, Singapore, Vietnam the first 3 races. Absolutely no way. I don't think we'd have any drivers left by the end of it. Anyway then, blagged our way through that few minutes, haven't we? And now we've got the super end to Q3, which we always have. Nightwing is going to be first then to finish his lap. He's not invalidated yet. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Oh, it's just my fault. I'll take the blame for that. I just this. Is it just me, or does it happen to every commentator? I know they say commentators curse, but every time I say something or praise someone, I then go and do something wrong. As Walker, I think he's down coming out of sector 2. He got a little bit, a bit wavy coming through the beginning of sector 3 as well. So I don't think Walker's going to improve by much here. Although to be fair, his first lap was absolutely incredible. So he's really set the mark quite high for himself, hasn't he? Everyone else on an out lap then, apart from Tango, who's just started his lap, and Walker's crashed. He's still got 4 wheels going, but that is it for Walker. Then he needs to get out of the way of Idenzo quickly, and he does. Walker's going to come back in the pits, and he's not going to improve anymore as Nightwing has retired the car. I hope he's not done it on the track, and I think he has as well. That's not good to see there. Oh, Nightwing has definitely going to have to be a penalty there, because he's just retired the car on the track, and he's in the way of other people. Don't like that at all. And Farf's, I might have put Farf off as well. I'm not sure if he invalidated beforehand, but Farf's not going to get a lap set as well because he's invalidated too. Who's going to be next up to cross the line? And first is going to be Tango. First is going to be Danko. Look at this. From where's Sean? There we go. We've got Sean there. Nightwing's car's just parked up there on the track. I'm not sure why he's done that. Tango's a 10th and a half up. He could get into 132s here. He just needs to keep the same sector 3 times he did before, and he could be in Q3. Let's see what Tango can do. Come on, Tango, we want to see 132. What can Tango do? He comes across the line. It's a 133.0. He improves, but he lost time in sector 3, didn't he? So it's P1 for Tango. Only had 5 drivers setting laps so far. So Cowie's actually going to start in P9. Actually, Cowie's going to start in P8 because both AlphaTauri's yet to set a lap, so it's worked quite well for him. Next up is going to be Clarky. Oh, I see what Clarky is slightly down his time. Has he improved through sector 3? And he has, because he's gone up to P2 ahead of Idenzo. Next up is going to be Crooksy. What can Crooksy do? It's P5 for Crooksy. Idenzo is going to be next. We've got Idenzo and then we've got Emerson. What can Idenzo do? It's a 133.1. He keeps that P3. Next up is going to be Emerson. He takes P2. So Emerson's up to P2. Again with a 133.0. Fast invalidated. Sean's going to be next. What can Sean do? He puts it up to P7. There we go then. So Sean, although he's 4 tenths off Crooks, he really takes advantage of both AlphaTauris, yet not setting laps. And I didn't understand why they didn't go out for a run at the beginning. They left it late for their one run, put the pressure on themselves, and couldn't get a lap set. And that's why they're starting 9th and 10th. And for Cowie, had a Q3 ban, because those AlphaTauris have not set a lap, Cowie's actually starting 8th. And Clarky is having a go because of Nightwing retiring on the track, and we have already discussed that. We've already said that will be some sort of penalty for Nightwing for that. But Sean 7, look at this, less than 2.5 tenths between first and sixth. Pole position for Tango, Emerson second, Clarkey third, Idenzo in fourth, Walker fifth, Crooksy sixth, and Tango's left the session for the first time. The pole sitter, that is not good, because hopefully I'm not sure he's going to be able to take control of his car from pole position. What an awful time for him to get kicked.
Well, no, it's annoying, isn't it?
It wasn't a bad guess saying Chaz. Yeah, Chaz's guess was P2 and 3 in the end. Then Dylan's in the comments saying the pace of the field are very, very quick, and it is incredible. Such a gap between the Premier League. It was such a small gap. Like we say, less than 2.5 tenths between the top six. It's consistent throughout the league. That's what's amazing by it. I mean, you might look at them and say, oh, Jay Story or Bradfield or whoever went out early on, or Woods even. You might say, oh, they must be so slow because look at the gap. But it's not because they're slow. It's just because some of these guys at the top, if they put a perfect lap together, it is absolutely ridiculous.
They're just too quick, aren't they?
And I can't see Tango on this list. Hope he's not been kicked from the session completely. Hopefully he is back in. Tango is in the comments. He's got plenty of invites. Hopefully he can use one of them to join back on the formation app at some point then. There we go, everyone is ready now then. Just waiting for Clarkey. There we go, Clarkey's ready then. Yeah, Tango's already gone, then his Ghost's already gone. So I'm not sure if Tango's going to be able to get in the car. Let's not forget we've got Dan Murphy starting from the back as well. It'll be good to see what he can do. Nightwing and P9. Cowie's got a red X on his car. I'm not quite sure what that's about. He's ghosting Cowie. I'm not sure he's in the session here. How is your wrist so fit, mate? It's okay. You can click buttons with it at least. That's about it. I'm not sure what. Who's that? Sean. I'm not sure what he's doing there. Went over the curb a bit, but Cowie's not in the session. He's not controlling my car like him. But oh, for goodness sake, it's silly Codemasters. He's not letting Cowie take control of his car. Leave the session's the only way, Cowie. You have to leave the session. You've got 3 invites, I think. You have to leave it, join back, and then you might not be able to take control straight away, but you might have to wait until the lights go out, and you will lose a couple of places, unfortunately. Should have started in 10th anyway, Cowie, so at least this. Hopefully you won't put him too far back if it does do that. Anyway, it's not the point. These servers are ridiculous. And Tango ghosting around in P1 as well. Absolutely gutting that. I really hope he can get back in the session as soon as possible. Anyway, let's get my menu set up. We'll have a look on the tyres to begin with, of course. Yeah, top 10, like we say, is only Sean on the softs, and at the bottom 10 everyone's on mediums apart from Knowlesy, Rick, Bradfield and Murphy all starting on the soft tyres, so they want to make some places up at the beginning, don't they? Anyway, and the cars now come round. It will let him take control at the end of the formation app. There we go then, Cowie. So if you're in the set, hopefully you're in the session now. Oh, can't help but get nervous here because these guys are so quick. I hope they don't go. Like we said before, do not absolutely go for it down turn 1. I think Tango is going to be ghosted, unfortunately, and the same for Cowie to begin with. Anyway, we've got lights, but the cars aren't revving up, so when these lights go out the car's going to sit still. No one's revving up still.
Waiting.
There we go, cars are revving up now. They should have lights on at some point. And lights out and away we go. And I think Tango and Cowie are both here as well. Emerson's got a great start. Clarkey's got a fantastic start. Clarkey's going round the outside. Tango's lost out of 3 positions. Idenzo's got a fantastic start. He's side by side with Clarkey and they all get through there safely. Emerson takes the lead and Siege has had a spin. Siege has had a crash. He's lost his whole front wing. Crooksy's getting past Tango as well. Tango's fighting back. I think Siege is the only guy that's had an instant there. Such a shame for Siege for the second week running there as well. So Emerson takes the lead. Clarkey second. Idenzo third. Walker fourth. Tango down in fifth. Crooksy in sixth. Nightwing getting past Sean for P7 and they're side by side. Farth in ninth then on the medium tyres. So Sean's got a great start on those softs and he's side by side it. Look at this train. I hope they don't make contact here. Sean's going down the inside of Nightwing and Crooksy's had a bit of a spin there. He's facing the wrong way. Crooksy's, I'm not sure he's been hit from behind there or what, but Cowie is not in the session, is he? He's not letting him take control of his car. Cowie rejoins him down in 18th, unfortunately. Walker's closing up to Idenzo, and Walker's gone diving down the inside of Idenzo. Now that was risky. And they've been hit. They've hit each other. Idenzo and Walker hit each other. And Walker, I can't help but say that was very aggressive there. Again, what we said before. He's just got to be a bit more patient there. He's got to be careful rejoining the track too. And there we go. And Knowles dropped down to 19th as well. So he's had an issue somewhere. There we go. Walker getting back past Cowie. I'm not sure what's going on for Cowie. And the game isn't running at proper frame rate. Not quite sure what that means. Walker's already got a 3-second penalty as well. If I was Cowie, I'd leave the session and try and join back, mate, if that's not working at all. But Emerson has got a lead by about a second of Clark. And Chazzy, your prediction's right now then. Idenzo's in third. I'm not sure if he picked up wing damage from collision with Walker. Don't think he has. Tango in fourth after a poor start. Sean is absolutely flying on these soft tyres, isn't he? Up in P5 and he's closing up to the back of Tango. As Cowie apparently sets the fastest lap. And he's coming in the pits too, Cowie. Oh no, it's really gone bad for Cowie. Look, our two early pace setters, championship leaders, and Siege is retired in the pits again. It's not good to see. It's a second race running. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but Cowie and Siege are both not getting on too well, are they, today? J Story 18th. Knowles obviously had an instant at the beginning as well. We saw Crooks, he had a spin. Rick Dalton's getting past Sloth for P8 then. Good move there from Rick Dalton. Oh, it's pretty simple, wasn't it? It did it before the braking zone, and Farth and Nightwing are fighting the two Alpha Tauri drivers. And Farth getting past Nightwing, I think he did there. DRS will be activated obviously at the end of this lap. Is Nightwing diving down the inside of his teammate? Yes he is, and this isn't good to see, is it? They don't like teammates fighting each other. What is going on here? And Farth's got the outside, and there we go. Nightwing's been hit. He shouldn't have been fighting that really, and that is what he gets from it. He's going to be under pressure from Rick now. I don't know why some drivers just can't learn to back off at times. You back off, you're going to be better off. If you attack a move that's not there, you're going to lose out. It's like almost asking to lose time. Anyway, we've lost our time graphics, but as Emerson crosses the line, they'll all start to come on. Emerson looking good then so far, isn't he? Clarkey is catching him. He's within a second. Idenzo's a bit further back. Tango in fourth, and after starting P1, great to see. He got control of his car right at the beginning though. Sean there, now we're seeing another incident, and Walker has crashed then. Where's he lost it? We've got a virtual safety car coming out the final corner. So Walker and Siege 2 weeks running have crashed or retired in the pits. Not good to see. We've already got as many DNFs as we did last night in the whole of the championship race. And it is Walker and Siege again. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened with Siege. And is Cowie back in control of his car? I think he is. I think Cowie's back in control of his car. It's not ghosting, is it? Brilliant to see. What Cowie needs then is a safety car, isn't it, really? I'd like to see a full safety car simply for Cowie's sake, so we can get back into this race. Tango saying Cowie leave and rejoin. Yeah, I think he's in it, mate. I think he is now in it. You know, virtual safety cars taking a while, isn't it? Again, it's not like we say, the pacing quality is incredible. It's mainly a race of endurance. Who's going to do the right things? I mean, Siege was unlucky last week, we saw. I think he had an incident with Tango. And that definitely wasn't Siege's fault at all. And that's why Siege retired in the pits in the end last week. I'm not sure what happened with him today. But he was starting down the midfield. So that is always the risk, isn't it? When you start in the midfield, pit cars going to be more compact. And I think Emerson's lost out a bit under the virtual safety car, hasn't he? It's about 5 tenths now between Clarkey and Emerson for P1. Idenzo in third, is further back. Sean starting to fall back from Tango, and he's been caught by Farth now. Those softs are going off already. 3 laps for him, obviously set his time in them in Q2 as well. It's quite a long track, isn't it? It's quite hot. So that's why Sean is going to start to fall back. I wonder how long he can go on those softs. Bradfield in 10th. Dan Murphy has gained 9 positions. He's up to P9. Let's have a look on the position change then. Yeah, Tango's lost 3. Everyone else in the top 14 have gained positions simply because Walker and Siege have fallen down so much. And obviously Cowie because of the server issue he's had. Knowlesy, we saw Crooksy spin. I think he got hit, tapped from behind and then lost control of the car. I'm not sure what happened to Knowlesy though. He's down in 16th, but Woods has gained. Serious Mushroom up to 13th. Chaz has gained 5 places. Dan Murphy's gained 9 places, and he's closing on Bradfield. Can we make it 10? Oh, Bradfield's got to be careful, and he nudged Dan Murphy there. Dan goes down the inside of Bradfield. He's got to be careful because they're side by side. And Bradfield's been spun. Bradfield has been spun then, and he's lost his end plate as well. Not sure if Dan Murphy swooped in on him a bit too much there. We'll obviously have a look at that if Bradfield reports it. And Chaz has... Oh, he's got a bit... Well, it's glitching all over the place. It's quite hard to see what he's doing there. Oh, yeah, Chazza is all over the place. Hopefully it's not appearing like this for the drivers on the track. And Clarkey's within half a second of Emerson then. Let's go back to the tyres. Soft runner should pit lap 7, saying for the moments. So yeah, Clarkey will have DRS when they get down to it. And no, there's not a DRS on the pit straight. I didn't think there was. So yeah, it's just the 2 zones. Adenzo's falling further back then, but Tango's not really gaining on him. Sean's still within DRS range, and Farf is still catching him though. Rick Dalton in 7th, now slowing down those softs, and Nightwing's catching him for P7. Nightwing obviously will receive a penalty of some sort for retiring the car on the track in quali. Keeps it tidy through there. There's Bradfield is in the pits. At least with Bradfield he would have had to pit sometime soon anyway because of his strategy starting on softs, so he wouldn't have lost out so much from doing that. Obviously just the spin and the wing change as Clarkey's within 3 tenths now of Emerson. He's got DRS. He's not even got his ERS activated. He goes to the outside. He's not so late on the brake and he locks up. He's going to go for a bit of a switcheroo, isn't he? He's going to... Oh, he's not got the best line coming down to the next DRS zone then. I think he's a bit too far back. He just needs to maintain this gap as Dan Murphy's passing Sloth for P9 then, and he does it down the end of the straight in sector 2. The first long straight, but Sloth's going to have him back here. He's got DRS activated. Oh, he switches back. Aggressive defending from Dan Murphy there, but Sloth easily gets that move back, and Dan Murphy's got to watch out from Serious Mushroom behind those mediums now as Woods picks up a 3-second time penalty. We've got to keep our eyes on this battle for P1. One little mistake from Emerson here and that'll let Clarkey in, won't it? Again, I mentioned last week, there's a shame that Emerson's reserving for Clarkey and not racing with him. We finally get to see the 2 of them race together, which I'm really happy to see, because what a race this is going to be between these 2. Again, I think it could come down to strategy in the end. Idenzo then, he's slightly falling back still, isn't he? He's not got the pace of the other 2 guys in front as he here today. And again, you can see him, he's not liking these curbs, is he? As Crooksy and Knowlesy batting out for P14. I think Knowlesy got a better exit, but Crooksy's then got him back on the pit straight, going down to turn 1. So Crooksy takes that place for P14 then. Tango's running around comfortably in P4. We miss Farf getting past Sean then. The gap's already over a second between them, so Sean in P6 now under pressure from Rick Dalton. Sean's tyres says they're both 5 laps, Sean and Rick, but Sean obviously went through the Q3 on those, so he's been on those in quali, whereas Rick's are fresher, so you'd expect Rick's to have a bit more life in them. And Sean was pushing it so hard at the beginning, so yeah, Rick's will definitely be fresher than Sean's. I'm sure Sean will be wanting to come in soon. As we see Serious Mushroom, Dan Murphy fighting out, aren't they, for P10, and I think Knowlesy's got a 5-second penalty for corner cut. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, he has got he's got another 10-second penalty for corner cutting. What's that all about? He's not corner cutting anywhere. He's joining the back of this train at the moment. I'm not sure why he's giving penalties for corner cutting, because he's not cutting any corners. I'm watching him now. But what a battle we've got out in front here. I think it's Sloth holding all these guys up, isn't he? He's 4.5 seconds off Nightwing P8. Serious Mushroom behind. Dan Murphy 11th. Chazza in 12th, really catching up to the back of Dan Murphy, whose softs are starting to go off. Woods in 13th, and Knowlesy just behind him. Both Red Bull guys right next to each other on the track. It's Clarkey we just saw get a 3-second time penalty. I think that was as well, so that could really impact. We said it might come down to strategy, it might come down to penalties, as Dan Murphy and Knowlesy both come in the pits on those soft tyres then, so that kind of creates a bit of space in this gap as well, which some of them really wanted. As Rick Dalton's really closing up to the back of Sean then. Is he going to make a dive down here? I think he'll get him past pretty easy on the straight. There we go. Patience is key. Get a good exit onto this pit straight. Sean's not got DRS from far in front, although Rick's actually got quite a poor line, hasn't he, there? But he should have enough, I think, here to get the move done. Mind you, he's not got much ERS left. I think Sean will fight this as Clarkie's past Emerson. Clarkie and Emerson are fighting out. Clarkie's got the move done, hasn't he? He's got it done in the braking zone in the straight. Emerson's going to have a go back though. He's got ERS activated. He's got his DRS. Clarkie's really, really quick though. Serious Mushroom's past Sloth as well. Is Emerson going to challenge around the outside? And he is. He is going to challenge it. Who's going to get it here? Oh, Emerson backs out because we've got a safety car. And Cowie and Knowlesy have both crashed. Cowie and Knowlesy have crashed. I'm not quite sure what's happened. We have had a huge smack up down there. Both towards the back. Cowie and Knowlesy, it goes from bad to worse for Cowie. Did you go past the crash? Justin? You didn't see it, no? It's down the end of sector 1 before going onto that straight. I'm not sure if someone's lost it in the braking zone. It's not a very high speed area, so I'm not sure how that's happened. That's four of the top quick drivers that have gone out then, out of this race. And the guys on the mediums all are coming to the pits as well. Faft's coming to the pits too. Rick and Sean definitely will come in the pits. What will Serious Mushroom do? Oh, he's making a late call to come into the pits. Nightwing stays out, and so Nightwing's going to lead. He's going to start the safety car restart. Different strategy then for Nightwing. Everyone else coming to the pits, aren't they? And you can't blame them. We said we want a safety car to see Cowie join back up to the pack, but instead we've got a safety car because Cowie's crashed. And Bradfield, I'm sure, is going to stay out on those fresh softs, although he might as well pit. If he's going to have to pit in a few laps anyway, I think you should pit. I'd put fresh hards on, or fresh mediums, and do medium run. Yeah, definitely pit. You get nothing from staying out. You got oh, what have you done there? Oh, you nearly lost your wing, didn't you? Anyway, not sure if the order's changed for any guys having a double stack, but Idenzo's put soft tyres on. Crooksy and Dan Murphy are having a bit of a battle out on the track. Not sure what that's about. Don't think anyone's lost out through double stacking. Like Chaz is the only guy on the hards. Oh, Cowie's in the comments saying he changed camera and it went to an onboard a Serious Mushroom, and that's taken out Knowlesy, isn't it, in front of him. That's what's happened then, so that's why there's such a big crash down in that area. We saw, I'm not sure who it was that posted a video in our server the other day. I can't remember who it was. Oh, no, I can't remember, but they were in the middle of a race. They pressed pause or something like that, or they moved something, pressed one button, and it took them into their garage, and all they could see was their pit crew in the garage. I saw that in the, don't know if it was our server or a different server. This game is bugged with glitches, and all the rooms, obviously Codemasters being bought by someone else. It needs to happen soon because this is a joke, but at the same time they're not going to put much money into the game now if it's going to be sold, are they? It's an absolute joke. Cowie, of course, apologetic about that, but there's nothing you can do. Obviously, if something's taken over your car, you can't do anything, can you? It's madness, absolute madness. And look, it's just causing instant after instant, these servers, and these guys put up with it so well. Good luck for Cowie. Need them points for constructors, Saul in the moment said. Oh, he said that obviously just before we crashed. So Siege and Cowie, at the beginning of the season, it looked like, well, they were miles clear, P1 and P2, weren't they? Siege and Cowie. And now they're just falling back from Idenzo through no fault of their own. Obviously, Siege, the last couple of races, he got taken out last week. He did retire in the pits, which he could have got more points from. And again, Siege, he retired in the pits here today, and I'm sure he'd still be competing for points. Anyway, so that is, obviously, I know it's frustrating the crash, but it's still definitely on for some decent points because there's been a safety car after both times. So don't get the retiring in the pits bit, although it's frustrating.
Whoa! Chased over there.
As Bradfield's saying, whoa, I think you should hang back.
Oh,
Is Chazza going to go to the end on those hard tyres? Can they go to the end? That'd be a huge struggle. But if he can, that'd be great for him. Because that would put him a pit stops advantage ahead of the rest. But we have only got 16 cars left now already. And I would say 2 of the DNFs are because of the server error. Walker, I'm not sure what happened. It was a crash down to the final corner, which was a strange place to crash. Nobody's just got wheel spin and lost it. And then Siege obviously retired in the pits after his incident. Is this safety car going to come in? I know it seems like a long time. Oh, there we go. Is this safety car going to come in? I get a message saying safety car in this lap. There we go. Does seem like a long time, doesn't it? But of course, don't forget, it is a long lap. As we see, Nightwing's going to lead it then. Controversial Q3 for Nightwing then. But he's leading the race. He's the only one that hasn't pitted under this safety car though, so he'll have to pit pretty soon. I really hope he doesn't hold up Clarkey too much. It's Clarkey he affected in qualifying. Holding that pack up. Not too much though, but it's still quite a way to go to the line, isn't there? The safety car's not peeled off by too much. Should be able to see it still. There we go. Nightwing's not slowing them down as much as we've seen cars do before. We expect Idenzo to get a good leap here because he is the only one on the soft tyres in the top 10. He's got Emerson and Clark in front, and obviously Nightwing's going to be holding them up. So this could really play into Idenzo's hands. Well, if the guys in front could put softs on towards the end though. Don't know what's going to happen here. Anyway, we're going to go on board with... We're not going to go on board with anyone. We're going to watch an overhead view. When does Nightwing go? When does Nightwing go? Has he gone now? No, he's not. But he's gone now. Nightwing's gone. He's really made a mistake here because Clarkey's going to go down the inside of turn 1 and he gets the move done. Then Nightwing gets out of the way quite nicely for him, which is good to see. He's not fighting that after the incident in qualifying. Well done there to Nightwing for not fighting that. Emerson's going to be closing up to Nightwing. Everyone's got away safety, I think. Everyone has. There we go. And so Nightwing still holding on to that P2. Idenzo has fallen back and we got a yellow flag and Serious Mushroom has crashed. Serious Mushroom's crashed then. You can see his car behind Bradfield there. He's the next one out and both Alfa Romeos are now out of this race. And I think he's just... I'm not sure if he's made contact with someone. Did you see anything in front of you?
No, I didn't see nothing.
So there we go, and Serious Mushroom, not sure if there was contact there, but it's the same place Siege lost it. We see Emerson's getting past Nightwing there. It's constant, still got yellow flag, haven't we? But Nightwing's moving out of the way then. Nightwing's getting past Idenzo, that's why he had to move out of the way there. And this yellow flag's still there. Now we go. His car has been moved, so no safety car again, which is good to see. We don't see safety car after safety car. Idenzo up to P3 and ahead of Nightwing, so Nightwing is falling back. Fair play to him for trying something different, as we see Crooksy getting past Woods for P10, although Woods is going to fight it back. Oh, and Woods fighting it back. It wasn't. It's spun now. Woods has spun. I'm not sure why he was fighting that. There's no room for 2 cars there, and Sloth's getting passed by Dan Murphy for P11. Then we've had quite a lot of incidents then, haven't we, already? And there we go. Murphy getting past Sloth. Sloth's going to fight it back though. Sloth's had a good race so far. There we go. I think Murphy's consolidated that place, and next up is Crooksy for P9. Chaz is 3.7 off Sean in 8th already, but he is on those hard tyres. He might be struggling to warm them up as Tango's now passing Nightwing on the straight for P4. Again, safe driving there from Nightwing. I like that. Crooksy does get past Chazza. Chazza is fighting it though. I don't want them going side by side here. Oh, and that is why. Have they crashed? No, they haven't. Oh, Chaz has lost it. Chaz has lost it. Can he keep it together? Yes, he can. He did well there to keep it together on those hards. He can't get much temperature in them, can he? Chazza there. Anyway, battle for the lead then. Fast getting past Nightwing. That's not the battle for the lead. Nightwing's really backed off there. And Rick Dalton's getting past him as well. I think Nightwing might be regretting staying out on those tyres then. He's done a fantastic job. Oh, he's gone diving around the outside of Rick. He wants that place back and he's going to fight for it as well. And he's made contact with Rick there. And again, they go side by side. He gets out of the way and Sean gets past too. And Emerson's getting passed by Idenzo. There we go. Idenzo takes P2, goes from the outside. Don't forget, he is on those fresh softs though. As Jay Story and Bradford are fighting. Jay Story's got that move done. So Idenzo's going to charge on Clarkey now, isn't he, for the next few laps. Emerson just needs to hold back. Stay behind Idenzo, use the DRS to close up to Clarkey, because this could help Idenzo get closer to Clarkey. Using the DRS, obviously, DRS that Clarkey won't have, and Clarkey has got that penalty, don't forget, and Chazza getting passed by Jay Story. Jay Story knows softs up into 12th place, and Chazza's lagging everywhere. Chazza, in fact, ghosts, and Bradfield goes through the ghost there. I'm not sure if Chaz is out of the session or not. Looking into the comments there, nothing from Chaz saying he's out of the session, but he is ghosting. Everyone has got free invites, so hopefully he can use another one of them to get back in the session. But so far, we're almost at the halfway mark. It's flown by. We have had an instant packed race here today. Yeah, Chaz is out of the session, unfortunately. He's got a red X above him. He's not in control of that car. I hope he can get back in there. His teammate Clarkey is in the lead, and Sean's got a penalty. Idenzo's not really closing up to Clarkey. I think he might use those freshness, all the freshness out of those soft tyres. Woods passing Chaz of 14th. This is a great opportunity for Woods and Jay Story to put the press on Chazza, if Chazza is out of session, to get some more points, as Emerson's catching back up to Idenzo, isn't it? It's not Idenzo moving up to Clarkey. Idenzo, in fact, holding Idenzo, holding himself up, holding Emerson up, and Emerson's going to have a really good go here. I think he's going to get this move done. He's going to go to the outside. Idenzo must be using his ERS, and he is. Idenzo's running out of it though, and Emerson takes that move back round the outside. Great move there from Emerson, exact same place that Idenzo took him. Tango's 2.5 seconds further back though, so he's losing out on this stint of the race, and in fact it's causing a bit of a train to Farf, Rick and Sean, and we've seen Sloth get passed by Murphy there then, and there we go, Sloth's getting touched by Murphy there as well. Again, how many incidents are going to take, how many hits is it going to take until cars learn at 2 cars? Until drivers learn at 2 cars don't go side by side there. We saw Jay Story and Bradfield battling out again as well for P12. Be great for Jay Story to get some points, wouldn't it, today? I'd absolutely love that. The gap's now 1.8 between the top two. Idenzo, his soft tyres aren't working too well for him, are they? Only thing I can... As Crooks is getting past Nightwing for P8 then. Nightwing's in the pits, that is why. There you go, he slows down for the pits. Only thing I can say here is that Idenzo might be able to do an undercut then. If he pits first and then goes on mediums to the end, he might then be able to undercut the other two and then have track position and hold on towards the end. I think that's Idenzo's plan. But once he passed Emerson, I was pretty sure Idenzo would be putting on a charge to Clarkey, not become under pressure again from Emerson, and Emerson's already pulling away. Idenzo having to use his DRS to close back up. I'm surprised Tango's not catching up to this battle either. He's under pressure from Favre, isn't he? Rick just behind, Sean just behind. There is a gap of about 5 seconds there to Crooksy, but that is because Chazza was there for so long, as Bradfield's getting past Jay Story before the DRS, so he must have got a good exit there. But Jay Story using his ERS, which is about to run out. He's out of ERS now, so there we go. Let's Bradfield past up into P11 then. Whilst there's not any close battles, I'll quickly send Chaz with another invite. He should have 3 anyway, but he might not have them for whatever reason. There we go, Chaz has got another invite. We've not missed anything, there we go, thank goodness for that. Woods has just got past Jay Story, goes down the inside. It takes P12, this Woods. Idenzo's still close to Emerson, isn't he? Can't see the gap between the top two for whatever reason, I'm not too sure why. Is it going to rain, saying Captain Infinity? Oh, it does look pretty dark in the sky, doesn't it? But I don't think it's ever rained in Abu Dhabi, is it? And I don't think it is, no one said it's going to rain. Rick Dalton then catching up to Farf. Farf's lost time to Tango in front, so Farf must have made a mistake somewhere. And Rick Dalton is really closing up the back as Nightwing passes Chaz, and Nightwing's on fresh softs now at the back as Bradfield gets, I think, his first time penalty of the day. Emerson is now 1.4, so he's closed up a bit to Clarkey, and Idenzo staying with Emerson too, as Tango's just got a first 3-second time penalty. He is now starting to close up to this gap. So I think Tango's had a good lap there and Farf's had a bad lap. And Rick Dalton, we've not spoke much about Rick Dalton today, but we know what he's capable of, don't we? If Emerson can just gain a few more attempts and get in the DRS range of Clarkey, I'm sure that would help him. But Idenzo, he's got to be careful from Idenzo because he's very close behind. Rick Dalton, does he go the inside of Farf? No, he doesn't. He backs out, and it's a sensible move. So he's going to have a better exit here. Oh, he did have a better exit, but he lost the rear, didn't he? So he's not going to have any chance of getting Farf on this straight either. 1.3 between the top two then. Exact same gap between Tango and Farf for P4. And we've got a good few laps together without anyone spinning. Oh no, I really hope I haven't jinxed that for anyone. Usually do. No one is that close apart from this gap between Farf and Rick Dalton. Every other battle on track is over a second, apart from the gap battle for P2 between Emerson and Idenzo, but Idenzo's not really challenging at the moment. I'm sure Rick Dalton is going to get pretty racy with Farf soon if he carries on this pace. Sean is falling slightly back as well. He's out of DRS range, so he hasn't got to worry what's behind him, Rick Dalton. Farf's not got DRS from the car in front either. I think this lap could be the lap for Rick, as Emerson's lost a couple of attempts again to Clarkey. He's taking a lot of the curve there, isn't he? Down to turn 1. We've seen a couple of drivers lose it here for the dreaded turns 2 and 3. He's keeping it close to Farf, though he's still gaining. He's using his slipstream. He needs to keep close and make sure he gets a good exit this time onto the big straight. Takes it quite wide, and I think he's done it pretty well. He's done it well. He's close enough, I think, here, Rick. Not got too much ERS saved up, though, whereas Farf hasn't either, though. So Rick's got more. I think Farf might have a bit of a pacier setup on, because Rick really struggling to get too much closer, isn't he? He's not going to be close enough here. He needs to make sure he has a good exit for the next straight. 1.4 between the guys up front. Nightwing really closing in on Jay Story on those fresh softs then. Nightwing, I think, will, once he's finished with these softs, put on another fresh set of softs, and Rick's closer this time. He's not stayed in the slipstream for very long. Nightwing's got past Jay Story. He's going to go to the outside. Rick Dalton, does he get the move done? Oh, they've touched. They've touched. And Farf's then gone flying into Rick, isn't he? And Rick has... Oh, he nearly spun. And he's going to lose out to Sean here as well. So Sean gets that place as well. He's going to go for a switcheroo. They're going to go side by side. Oh, who's going to get this place here? This is a terrible braking zone, but great racing between the two of them there. Well done to Sean for getting that place too. 1.3 between the top two. And it's over a second now. Idenzo's out of it. DRS range to Emerson. Oh, Rick Dalton spinning. I think he's hit the wall. He has got wing damage there as Rick. We have a yellow flag for it as well. I think he's going to be coming in the pits. Now he's staying out, so he thinks he's going to stay out for a couple more laps, then maybe just one more lap, and then put mediums onto the end for Rick. But yeah, again, how many times do I have to say it? Every time we've seen cars go side by side into those tight corners coming off those two DRS straights, you're going to touch. Cars cannot go side by side there without touching. It's impossible. If you clip the curb, you're going to go flying to the other side of the track, into the other car. You're better off backing out. Obviously, you might lose the place, but more often than not, if you fight it, you're going to spin or lose another place to the car behind through losing so much time through going over that curb. They haven't got it yet, have they? Fast fallen quite far back from Tango then, so Tango's really keeping up with the leaders, isn't he? And again, penalties because the side is Nightwing's getting past Woods for P12. I know we said about Nightwing's incident in qualifying, but the race has been very tidy from Nightwing so far. Same goes for Bradfield, same goes for Woods as well. He's had a tidy race. Jay Story too, down in 14th at the moment. I'm sure he's going to pit in soon with some mediums. We see Rick and Crooksy are battling out for P7, and Crooksy's got the move done. Oh no, they haven't. They're side by... Oh, they've made it through side by side there, haven't they, without any incident. Wow, as Nightwing gets past Bradfield for P11. Great driving there from Rick and Crooksy then. Rick's keeping that place, but of course Crooksy is going to have the better line with the wing damage to Rick. I think it's just a matter of time before Crooksy gets this place. Let's have a look then. Rick stays out. Rick stays out, and we can see he's losing time in every corner, Rick. And look, he's 4.3 seconds behind Sean already. Dan Murphy's 6.3 behind Crooksy, but if Crooksy can't get this move done soon, that will start to come down as well. In fact, it's going up at the moment. This is where Rick's going to struggle as well, isn't he? Through the corners, you can see him taking a different line, almost as if his tyres are about to fall off. That's how bad the wing damage is here with these fast corners. And he is definitely holding up Crooksy now. But Crooksy, I'm sure, on the straight, might be able to get it. Jay Story comes in the pits then. I think he's going to be putting on mediums to the end then. And he's not got too much ERS saved up though. So Rick, I think, could keep this place. He's got not got much ERS either. But Crooksy, here we go. Look, Dan Murphy's already gained half a second on this battle. Rick pulls to the inside. Crooksy's going to go for it around the outside, and he backs out. He goes for a better line onto the next straight, which he gets, and he does it superbly. ERS open then. Nightwing's getting past Sloth on the straight then for P10. Nightwing back up in the points already. ERS activated. DRS is open. And Crooksy goes to the outside again. And are they going to battle through this little section? Crooksy did really well. He got the move done. I'm not sure if Rick backs out there. If he did, and that is definitely a sensible thing to do. But Crooksy, I think, looked really tidy through there. 1.4 between the top two. And Idenzo, it's 2.9 further back then. So Idenzo, I think he's trying to extend his stint to then put on another set of softs. He's staying out this lap, so I think it definitely is. I think he'd have been better off pitting a lap or two earlier and going mediums to the end, trying for an undercut. And he's really losing out now to Tango behind. Tango's gone a lot quicker, as well as Idenzo going slow, and Idenzo's starting to lose traction. You can see in front, isn't he? He's starting to lose it, Idenzo. Tango is within a second and have DRS soon. Farf's been caught by Sean for P5 then as well. Look in the comments and hope he's got a good mind to quit till Grand Theft Auto physics come in, and yeah, that's what people are going to be saying, isn't it? Because there's so many just glitches, server issues. People work so hard. We work so hard to run the league. Everyone in the server works so hard to put the effort into drive and race for us as Tango's really closing up Identity. Look at the pace advantage he's got here. He's going to go down the inside. I was about to say dive down the inside, but it wasn't even that because he had that much pace, and he gets that move done easily in the end then. Idenzo I don't think was even going to bother defending it. Idenzo is closing back up. He's not going to be close enough, is he? No, he's not. I'm sure he's going to pit this lap by Idenzo. He's 9 laps on the soft tyres around here. It's absolutely incredible. But you can tell he's really starting to lose out, and Farf and Sean are going to be closing up as well. Serious Mushrooms also saying was looking at some decent points there. What happened, Serious Mushroom? I'm not sure what was it. Just did you spin by yourself, or was it something to do with the servers as well? So we see 2 seconds now, 2.1 between the top two. So Clarkie's definitely quick on this stint, and Emerson, isn't he? As Woods is passing Bradford for P12, where he locks up. Good move there from Woods. Woods on 9-lap old softs as well. I'm surprised he's quicker than Bradfield. Bradfield sensibly backs off there. We don't want to see cars going side by side there, as Woods, he's starting to lose it on those soft tyres, isn't he? But again, he's trying to hold it out so we can go on another set of softs to the end. Oh, Bradfield there has got wing damage. He's lost it in the braking zone there. Bradfield, like I say again, has got to pit soon anyway. So if I was Bradfield, I'd try and extend 2 more laps and then go softs to the end. Dan Murphy's in the pits then from those mediums. I think it might be softs to the end. I see red wall tyres getting ready for him. Farf's got a 3-second penalty. You saw that a second ago as well. Sean really closing up then to Farf. Let's have a look then. What can Sean do? He's got DRS. ERS is active, is on overtake. DRS open. Farf's got a lot more ERS, so he's not even using it at the moment. And Sean's going to go down the inside, and he gets the move done on Farf. Is Farf going to defend it? He breaks late and goes around the outside, but then he cuts back in, does Farf. Sean has the place, as we've got a yellow flag. It's for Chazza. So Chazza, he must be back in the session if he's lost it. He's lost it at the same place that Serious Mushroom crashed. So he must be back in the session, Chazza, and he is. Unfortunately, you've only noticed it because he's spun, and Farf's getting back on Sean, and he does it. Sean's cutting the corner there. They got a warning for that. But Farf's got the place back, and that would have frustrated Sean. But Sean's still on for some decent points here. So's Farf. So Farf will definitely pull away from that relegation zone. I'm sure he'll be out of danger of relegation anyway. The pace he's got. Knightwing's got a 3-second penalty. 2 seconds between the leaders again. They're both staying out, aren't they? Wonder who's going to blink first, please. Will Emerson. Next lap's going to be important because Emerson, I think, might try and go for the undercut if Clarkie stays out. Tango a bit further back. Idenzo on those softs really starting to struggle, and Farf comes in the pits then to Farf. Sean stays out. I'm sure Farf's going to be on softs to the end. I'm surprised at that though. Although he was struggling a bit, Farf, wasn't he? But he'll struggle even more in these softs if they've got to go to the end, because a good 8 laps on them is going to be a struggle. Nightwing's in the pits as well again. I'm not quite sure why he's in the pits. He's only done 5 laps on those softs. It might be another fresh set to the end. Maybe something to do with his strategy, but good to see. Oh no, his pit crew aren't ready. His pit crew weren't ready because Farf come in, and that's cost him a good 3 or 4 seconds. He should have stayed out another lap anyway, I think. And Dan Murphy's up to P8 now on fresh softs, so he's played a blinder here, Dan Murphy, getting some points for Ferrari. So Jake the Slow is in the comments. There we go. Ferrari looks like they are on for some points. Farf then is 20 seconds off P6, but of course all the top 6 have got to pit again. Idenzo's done 11 laps on these soft tyres. That's incredible. Chazza is in the pits. Unfortunately, he's been bugged by all these server errors today, isn't he? Unfortunately, he'll put softs onto the end. Hope to go fast as that. Woods also in the pits. Bradfield's already pitted. Woods is behind Bradfield. So yeah, Bradfield, I think, did you change your wing in the pits?
Yeah.
He did. So Woods obviously must have made a mistake on the next lap, because Bradfield with a wing change has come out in front, and this Woods had a wing change himself. 2.3 between the front guys. Does Emerson come in the pits? Yes, he does. He's going to go for the undercut, isn't he, here, Emerson? In his good entrance into the pits. Of course, Clarkie's got that 3-second penalty. I'm not sure if Emerson's got any himself. Woods is closing back up the Bradfield lane. He's on soft tyres. Bradfield's put on mediums to the end. Not quite sure why, as Woods goes to the outside. No, he's not got any new softs, that's why. But Woods keeps that place for now. Emerson in the pits, let's see where he comes out. Crooks the overtake, he'll comfortably come out in P6. They'll have a big gap as well. Look at the gap down to 7th then because they've pitted. That'll close up though once Emerson's out of the pits. Surely none of these guys on the mediums can go to the end. Mind you, if we've seen 12 laps on the softs, 19 on mediums could be possible. Will any of these guys try it? 7.3 between the top two of them, but of course Emerson, he's going to gain so much time. I think the undercut's going to be powerful around here, isn't it? And I think Emerson might come out in the lead. It's going to be really close with Clarkey, if Clarkey pits this lap, that is. And we've got a close battle, that is. Bradford and Woods battling out for P12. We've got Sloth in P11, Nightwing in P10, Rick in P9, and they're all in their own little battles at the moment. The only battle on track is between Bradford and Woods. Obviously we've got to wait over the next couple of laps for the pits for the top 5 to get some battles back on the track. We'll have a look at this battle between Bradford and Woods then, which is outside the points, and it is a shame that those 5 guys that retired, obviously 2 of them were because of the Codemasters. With Cowie and Knowlesy, obviously it's unlucky for Knowlesy, he was just a bystander in that. Serious Mushroom, not too sure what happened. Then Walker and Siege, we mentioned early on, as Chaz has got another 3-second time penalty. He's in a battle, he's quite up to Jay Story now. I'm not sure if Jay Story's gone wrong somewhere. Woods has got DRS, he's got his DRS activated, and the top 2 pit. Clarkey has pitted, as has Tango. As Woods gets past Bradfield, Bradfield defending it on the outside, and Chaz has got past Jay Story as well just before them. Woods still behind Bradfield. Sean's up to P2 at the moment with a racing point 1-2. Idenzo 13 laps on those softs. Is he taking the mick? Unbelievable. How's he done that in Abu Dhabi? He's showing off now. He don't even want the race win. He knows he's really close to winning the title because of Cowie and Siege's TNF. He just wants to show off now, as Crooksy is in the pits as well. So Emerson has come out ahead of Clarkey. Then we didn't even watch, and Clarkey's got another 3-second penalty. So Emerson is looking good, isn't he? He's closing up to Sean as well. I'm sure that'll be an easy overtake with both of them. And Clarkey then, he's really going Emerson. I don't think Emerson's going to fight it too hard. Although he is trying to fight it, isn't he? There we go, and Clarkey's gone around the outside. Emerson's diving back on the inside. And they leave enough room to each other, don't they? It's so respectable from both of these guys. And Emerson gets a great entrance onto the next straight. He's got the DRS. He's low on ERS though, and so's Clarkey. Emerson goes to the outside. And Clarkey's gone back down the inside. Oh, they touch slightly there. And there we go. That is fantastic racing for these guys. Clarkey keeps the position. Brilliant racing through there. That's the best racing we've seen all day through the beginning of Sector 3. Well done to both of them. And this will be helping the guys out in front, won't it? I don't know why Denzo has stayed out so long, because he's definitely lost out to Tango now. And I think Farf and Crooksy will be closing up soon as well. And Idenzo's staying out again. What is he doing? 14 laps on those soft tyres. Sean's staying out as well. I think Sean might be going to the end here. So if he pits now, he might be down in 8th or 9th. If he stays out to the end, he's still got a good chance of P4. Definitely P5 if Sean stays out. He was battling with Farf, so maybe he thinks he's going to try the tyre. Of course, he's on 14 lap old mediums. Idenzo's 14 laps on the soft. And look how close Emerson is to Clarkey now. Clarkey's going to have DRS on Sean. I'm sure this is going to be easy work for Clarkey and Emerson to pass Sean. Clarkey's right behind him, isn't he? There we go, look. DRS, ERS, whatever you like. Sean's trying to defend it though, he's using his DRS. Where's Emerson in this? Emerson's going behind Sean as well. He dives to the inside and he gets the move done on Sean as well. Is Sean going to fight it? Sean goes to the outside and they both get past Sean pretty easily. Emerson's got a good exit there as well. But Clarkey, I think, is a bit too far in front. And they're closing up to the leader now, Idenzo. What is he doing? No, that long on soft tyres. Oh, Emerson's gone to the outside. Is he going for the move? Oh, they touch. I hope that's not wing damage for Emerson. It's not. Thank goodness for that. They're getting close. I'm not sure Emerson knows about all the penalties for Clarkey. I've not seen any penalties pop up for Emerson. But Clarkey has got at least 6. So this is Emerson's race. 2 lose here. So I'm not sure he's going to do anything silly, but Rick Dalton's getting past Dan Murphy for P8 then. Good move there between the Mercedes and Ferrari. And Clarkey's got past Idenzo. Idenzo spun! He spun it! Idenzo spun. And those soft tyres just didn't last. I'm not too sure what the strategy was from my Denzo. And he is coming in the pits now then. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do. He'll still be in the points when he comes out the pits, I think. But he had a comfortable P4 at least. And then fast passing for P5 then. The gap then for the lead is 6/10 of a second, but we think Emerson will win it on penalties. Sean's only 2.1 behind, but he will fall further back, and then Tango's going to close up to Sean. He's now on the straight, isn't he? He's got so much ERS saved up, hasn't he? I'm sure it's going to be an easy move as Idenzo's put mediums on to the end. Don't know why he stayed out for so long. I have to ask him at the end of the race. It's intriguing that. Sean easily gets past. Then as we see Emerson and Clarkey fighting out in front, and if they keep fighting, Tango's going to close back up to this, isn't he? And there we go then. I'm not sure what Tango's like for penalties. I think he has got 3 seconds. But I can't say I've been keeping my eyes on the penalties for the whole of the race. So there's nothing to say Emerson won't have any either. It's 2.7 between Emerson and Tango, but as Clarkey's defending from Emerson, they'll be taking different racing lines, and it will help Tango definitely. Sean in P4, and I don't think I've seen any penalties for Sean either. And he's definitely staying to the end, I'm sure of that. Closest battle on track apart from the top two is Rick and Dan Murphy for P7. Jay Story down in 15th, he's made that his own, and it's not going to be any points for him today, I don't think. He's had a stellar race. Chaz in 14th, had obviously server issue and he had a spin as well. Bradfield 13th, he's fallen off from his battle of Woods. Didn't have any fresh softs left, unfortunately. Woods comfortably in P12, he's a long way off. Sloth in 11th. Sloth 5 seconds back from Idenzo, who's in P10. Idenzo in 10th on those fresh mediums. I'm sure he's going to be closing up to Nightwing, but I think P9 might be it for Idenzo tonight because Dan Murphy's 6.3 seconds further forward from Nightwing, and Nightwing has got a 3-second penalty, so I think it's just going to be P10 for Nightwing today. He has got a few penalties, hasn't he? 2.3 between Emerson and Tango. Clarkey then, they're down the straight, so Emerson's going to have DRS. The only thing is Tango obviously won't have DRS from anyone. Sean's a further 4 seconds back. Look in the comments, and we've got Fallen Moment saying the softs won't do 20 laps. I don't know how Idenzo did as many laps as he did on those softs. We've got the Ferrari guys from the championship having their own chat, haven't they? In the comments, and Clarkey is still holding up for this place for Emerson, and Tango's actually fallen further back. It's through this sector though where they're going to start to lose time. So there we go, it was 3 seconds, and Tango already now is 2.5, and Idenzo gets past Nightwing. Nightwing's fighting it low, he's fighting it, goes to the outside. Oh, Idenzo was pushed wide there, and Nightwing does get that place back. Wouldn't surprise you if it said illegal overtake though, because he did it when he was off the track. However, it was pretty fair because Idenzo did push him off where he hit the curb. Idenzo's going to take that place back though. Nightwing's fallen up old softs, lost all their freshness, and Idenzo's got a 3-second penalty though, which I'm sure won't impact things too much, just because Nightwing has got so many penalties. In fact, Sloth could come into play for the final point. It's 2.1 then between Emerson and Tango. And Clarkey holding up Emerson here could actually cost Clarkey the P2 himself, because Tango might take that off Clarkey as well with the penalties. We've got, after this lap, just 2 laps left then. Go watch between Farf and Sean. Filming a moment, say in the comments, I think that must be old because there's a gap of about 5.5 seconds between them. But Sean is 9 seconds off P3. Look how quick he's fallen back. He's really struggling on these tyres, and he's got another penalty. But he's only got a couple of laps left, and if he's got no penalties, he's only got a couple of laps to hold this 5-second gap to Farf. Although it's 4.7, 4.6, soon be 4.5. There we go, 4.5. No, it's not yet. There we go. Emerson again. Clarkey's just got too much pace for him, isn't he? Well, not too much pace for him, but the same pace really, and that's why Emerson can't get past. But we don't think he needs to get past him. 2.1 still to Tango, is a tad further back. Running in clean air though, isn't it? He's 1.8 now. Well, he went over that curve a bit too much, didn't he? Which put it back over to 2 seconds. Be great if we could see Tango come into play for this as well. As Chaz has got a 3-second penalty as well. It's not going to make too much of a difference on proceedings though, isn't it? And again, I can't help but think we've got a yellow flag, and that is for Chazza, I think, isn't it? It is for Chazza. He's gone flying off there for the second time. And again, it's so hard, that plays his 13 lap old mediums. Oh no, I don't know why he's given a 10-second penalty as well. But I think it's put on old mediums for him, isn't it? When he came into the pits. Crooksy's got a 3-second penalty then, but oh, Crooksy's really catching up with Farf, and Sean's pitting. Why is Sean pitted? With 2 laps left, why is he pitted? Did he get a puncture? Not too sure, but Sean is in the pits. Such a shame for him, and Crooksy's catching up to Farf for P4. It's great points for both of these guys. Crooksy yet again, and Farf, like we say, is going to be clear of the relegation zone, isn't he? He's going to be safe. He's going to overtake Woods and Jay Story and a couple more and pull himself clear, and look, the gap's 4 tenths between the top 2, and they are now going on to that second little DRS straight, aren't they? Bradfield gets a 3-second penalty again. Clarkie's too far in front, isn't he? We're going to keep our eyes on this battle between Crooksy and Farf. I think Crooksy is a tad too far back, isn't he? He needs to get a good line for the next DRS zone. And he focused on that, and he got it, didn't he? He really got it there. He put his DRS on straight away. DRS is open. He's not got much air saved up though. He goes to the outside. He gets his nose in front. Farf's going to fight this, I'm sure, and he does. Farf takes the place back. Oh, it's very aggressive from Farf, but he does get it done without pushing Crooksy completely off the track. Farf has P4, and look at the gap between them and the top 3, and Idenzo's past Dan Murphy with P7 then. And look, it's 1.4. There's Emerson sliding there. Tango's 1.3 off Emerson as they start the final lap. Crooksy on Farf, look how close these two guys are again. That's a battle to watch for the last lap too. And Sean on those fresh softs down in P10 now. Again, we'll have to ask him why he pitted at the end of the race. But Tango really closing up. He's not going to have DRS unfortunately though. Oh, he could still be on for a good P2 here, and Sean's got a 3-second penalty. Although he definitely will have P9, I'm sure of that, because of the penalties we've seen Nightwing get. And there we go. Emerson's not even got DRS on that on Clarkey this lap. So I think this is going to be how they cross the line. It depends on penalties though. And Farf and Crooksy, this is the battle to watch now, isn't it? Crooksy's got more grip. He's got 2 lap fresher tyres, isn't he? He's getting a better exit onto the straight as well. He's almost overtaken him into the corner. There he goes. And we got a yellow flag. Who's that for? Who's the yellow flag for? It's Chazza again. I thought it was Clarkey for a minute then in the Williams. And Crooksy, he's not catching Farf. Farf's using his ERS. Crooksy's going to dive down the outside. He goes for the moving outside. He's gone for the switchback, isn't he? And he's got too much of a good switchback there. Sean gets past Nightwing on a straight. Too much of a good switchback. The fact that he actually hit the car in front. He's going to go to the outside. It's Crooksy. They're side by side. Farf is still got his nose in front. They touch wheels again. And Crooksy, Farf has got that place. Anyway, we're on board now with our race leader, which is Clarkey. Clarkey comes on the final corner. He's going to cross the line in first. No, he spun it. He spun it on the final corner. Emerson wins the race. Tango, what? Tango doesn't win the race. Clarkey spun it across the line for P3. Crooksy did get past Farf in first. Crooksy got past Farf, sorry, for P4. Unbelievable. We're not sure where Tango was with penalties in the end, so we have to look at the end of the race. Crooksy's going to come across the line again. We're not sure with penalties. It's P4 for Crooksy, Farf P5. I don't think any of them had penalties. Fantastic race for them both. Rick Dalton holding off his brother Idenzo then. Idenzo's got more penalties there, so Idenzo is 7th. Dan Murphy then crosses the line, P7. He gets ahead of Idenzo. Sean, it's 9th. Nightwing, it's 10th, but will Sloth get him because Nightwing had so many penalties. So this final point is up for grabs for Sloth here. Does he get it when he comes across the line? Yes, he does. Sloth takes the final point. No points for Nightwing, and I'm not sure what happened for him in the end then. And Sean, such a shame he couldn't stay out any longer because he only managed to do a couple of laps on those tyres. Clarkey spun it as he came across the line. I'm not sure. We think he would have been third anyway with the penalties. But Tango, we're not sure. Tango's in the comments. If he could tell us how many penalties he had, or maybe send a screenshot of his race director to tell us how many 3-second penalties he had. But with Clarkey spin anyway, I'm pretty sure it was P2. Because Emerson, we'll have a look ourselves actually. Race director. Emerson Hilton, warning. Well, he got another one. He got 3 warnings, didn't get a penalty. Must have been for step 1 for corner cutting then. So Emerson had no penalties. Clarkey spun across the line anyway. So it would have been P2 for Tango. There we go then. What a fantastic battle. And we said, didn't we? So many times we wanted a battle between Emerson and Clarkey. And we got it, didn't we? Dan Murphy's given driver of the day. Obviously we do our own driver of the day vote. Absolute pleasure to watch that battle between Clarkey and Emerson. It's a shame Denzo couldn't join in after he did that strategy, which was unheard of. Oh, it is a shame that Siege, Cowie and Walker and Serious Mushroom and Knowlesy couldn't stay in the race for longer. But since they all went out, we had such a good race, didn't we? So we have to ignore this. But Emerson won the race. Second race in a row for the reserve. Absolutely incredible. Such a shame he can't race permanently on a Saturday night, because we'd love to get him in again. Tango takes P2, and after a poor start he managed to get back up there, didn't he? Clarkey crossed the line in third, didn't he? Span across the line after he spinning it on the final corner. Crooksy takes a fantastic P4 then. Really battling with Farf on the final lap. Crooksy and Farf, brilliant effort from those two guys there. Rick Dalton after starting 13th, good effort to get up to P6, capitalise on mistakes from others. Dan Murphy on 7th on his WNR debut, good to see there after starting from the back. Idenzo a surprising P8 after he went on that silly soft strategy. 14 laps I think it was incredible to see. Sean in 9th, such a shame. That mediums, I don't know why he couldn't stay on those mediums for 2 laps longer, like I say. I don't know if he had a puncture or what, but he was running up in P4 I think it was. Sloth takes the final point in after Nightwing has 18 seconds of penalties. So he takes the final point, Sloth, for the McLaren, the reserve. What a fantastic race. And again, Crooksy's on fire at the moment. I think that's fourth and fifth he's had the last 3 races. He's driving really well. What a fantastic race that was. We had instants at the beginning, and that was it. The last half of the race was just pure racing, wasn't it? We had times where didn't have many gaps, but some fantastic racing from there. Again, there's so many times we had cars side by side when they shouldn't have been. Emerson and Clarkey then went through that bit, and they raced so well together. What a battle it was between them. Have a quick dip into the comments. That ending from the Kenty, yeah, what the hell happened? It was unbelievable. Clarkey spun across the line. Like we say, with the penalties he had, he probably would have been third anyway. Tango P2, yeah, some of these strats made me want to cringe. Stayed out for too long, like 4 of them. Yeah, we did see that with some of them. It didn't pay off for any of them in the end, did it? See, Nightwing said at the beginning. Cryptic Galabar was in the comments saying lighter car and quicker tyres and more track evolution would swallow up them medium runners. Far too aggressive, saying Formula Moments. It looked good in the end. I think they were happy with that battle. Swan Shank saying OMG. So Swan Shank was watching that as well. Oh, I can take a breath then. So glad I did commentate on that in the end after we got a no-show. What a race. What a race. Take a breath now. Go and have a drink. Again, thanks thanks to everyone for racing today. That was brilliant. The reserves as well. Dan Murphy, Emerson, Bradfield, yourself and Sloth for joining in with us as well. Great to have all 4 of them. Those 4 drivers that were reserving today. Probably 4 of the most cleanest drives that we had on the track. So really looking forward to seeing all 4 of them race with us again as soon as possible. Any instance, obviously, I know Knowles and Cowie had an instant. Get your footage in. For those, you have until midday tomorrow to get your footage in, unless you message me and ask for an extension for whatever issue there is. Anyway, we are going to end it there. That is Abu Dhabi done. We've got 5 races left. It's all to play for still. Relegation, title winners, top 3, whatever you like, still to play for. Constructors as well. We'll get standings updated as soon as possible and get them out. Anyway, thanks you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.